you say, or how will you draw that line, or what has been your experience in your Christian walk to say yes and no? Because it's easy to say, I would say, when you're in the world and it's like, oh yeah, I used to do this before and now I'm in God, everything. No, in God you still get tempted. In the church you still get tempted. In your relationship you still get tempted. How do you handle that?
For sure. And I even think, let me just really quick as a side note, I think that as a Christian, you get tempted more even, I feel like, or I don't know what it is, but I feel like the devil just plays with your mind in a Christian walk. At least for me, like I said a few minutes ago, it's really the conviction of God that just comes, and the fear of the Lord. Before, and I know many people, and also I want to talk about how it's not just men, but it's women, it's girls. And I think that, just really quick, as a girl, and knowing girls that have dealt with this, for some reason, it has brought even much more shame to them. Because as a girl, oh no, I need to be a lady, I can't be dealing with this. Oh, I need to be a lady, I shouldn't be thinking about this. I need to be a lady, I can't be watching this. So I think for girls, if there are any girls out there, and I'm pretty sure there are, and if you are dealing with this, like, it's okay for you to acknowledge that. It's okay for you to come and recognize, okay, I'm dealing with this. But anyway, right now, at least in this Christian walk, right and wrong, knowing when is enough and when is too much. Like I said, it's just the fear of God. My mom told me something when I first started dating my boyfriend. My mom told me something very important. She says that God sees him as a treasure, and he sees you as a treasure. So it also goes on how you treat the other person. That's God's child that you're about to mess with. That's God's son that you're about to mess with. So if you try to go any deeper, you're messing with a treasure. And I remember the fear of God just came over me, and I said, I don't want to mess with God's treasure. I don't want to get into that. And more than that, I don't want me as a treasure of God to be, what's the word? Not intoxicated, but contaminated. And I don't want the treasure that God created to be contaminated with something that just my flesh wants for 2 seconds, you know? And so really it's just the fear of God. It's the fear of God that I think, and I'm pretty sure you guys can say the same, stops us from doing many things. It stops us from going too far. It stops us from kissing too much, you know? So for sure, it's just praying for the fear of God to come over you, and understanding as well that you are a treasure. Understanding as well that you are a beautiful pearl that is to be kept. You are a valuable pearl that is to be brushed and groomed, and you know, because that's what God intended us for. God wants that for us. So for sure, it's just like I said, the fear of God, and not allowing ourselves. If you truly value yourself, don't allow that in your life. If you truly value yourself, if you truly love who you are, and love yourself, and understand that God created you in his image. And I think that hits hard. I'm in God's image. Like, if you look at me, you should be looking Jesus. You know what I mean? And I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to contaminate that. So for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's very important to what you were saying, to have that awareness of the value that sex brings, and the value that is, you know, attached to that of sex. But just so we can get into, like, if you're struggling with it and you are watching this, right? Struggling with it meaning what? You've seen a cycle in your life of what? Masturbation, pornography, sexual immorality, having sex outside of marriage, homosexuality, right? It can be manifested in so many different ways. And you've seen, hey, I've tried to change. I kind of know about the fear of God, but not really. Or you being a Christian, you're even a leader, and you see that you cannot just get yourself out of the cycle. That's a sign you need deliverance.